Hey, Mitch the RV guy here for RVs of Sacramento, bringing you another incredible value in brand new Class C motorhome. This gym is a 2019 Jayco Redhawk SE, the 27N. No slide out, so if you're not a fan of slides, this is exactly what you're looking for. Huge amounts of storage, and it's on the very rare Chevrolet chassis. Everybody wants a Chevy chassis, but Chevy only gives 300 chassis per year per manufacturer, so this is definitely a rare bird. If you like that V8 as opposed to the V10, this is exactly what you want to see. Guys, first thing I'm going to do is show you the inside layout, talk about some of the advantages that Jayco has over the other manufacturers, then I'll show you the outside and talk about the construction of the Jayco and why it rides so much better, why it handles so much more like an SUV than a motorhome. You won't believe the drive difference. Guys, let's go ahead and get started with a tour. Guys, inside the 27N, you have plenty of sleeping space for your entire family. A nice large private bathroom, huge shower, and a beautiful walk-around queen. Let's take a peek. Inside the 27N, it gives you an incredible layout for a no-slide motorhome. Lots and lots of space. First, you have tons of actual storage above. Now, the Jayco cabinets are actually screwed into backer plates, which are inside the wall, making them incredibly secure. You can actually grab a Jayco cabinet and shake the entire motorhome with it without it having to come off the wall. Large window, so you can actually get to where you're going and be able to see the lake, be able to see the river outside, have your kids actually eating breakfast, taking a look at the nature surrounding them. Right here you have a nice large couch, which has got thick residential foam in it, so when you sit on it, it doesn't compress and become uncomfortable over time. That's the same type of foam construction that's used inside the dinette. Actual thick residential style seating that's not going to let you down and really become uncomfortable over time, especially for those long trips where you're sitting there playing board games, eating food, maybe it's raining outside. You got a High Point convection microwave oven. Extremely nice, be able to whip those cookies up in absolutely no time. Very cool indeed, along with a nice integrated stovetop right here. Very nice high output Suburban cooktop with the glass cover that's giving you a lot of extra counter space, especially in a 27N, which is short and easy to drive, campground friendly. It's nice to maximize your counter space. Large stainless steel sink with a nice high-rise faucet, making it easy for you to be able to cook up some nice meals. And guys, take a look at the construction even of the Jayco cabinets. Notice I can pull it all the way out. That's a full residential 75-pound ball bearing glide, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of plywood that actually construct this drawer. Most manufacturers are going to give you 3, and then they actually use the front wood plate here as the actual front as opposed to having the real plywood backing. These drawers are so well constructed they can retain 75 pounds each. Most of the manufacturers are rated for 30 or 50 pounds. In fact, if you ask the salesperson at most manufacturers how much is their drawers rated for, they're not going to know. That's because the manufacturer doesn't tell them, because it's not a positive number. Norcold appliance for your refrigerator here. Norcold is actually one of the most recognized manufacturers for quality and longevity in a motorhome. If you want something that's going to give you no trouble, you don't have to worry about your food going out because your refrigerator died on you, this is the brand refrigerator you want to see. You want to see that Bear. Same thing for the air conditioning system. Jayco actually uses a Coleman Mac AC, 13.5 in this 27N, no slide with the Chevy chassis. Extremely quiet because it has helix ducting. There's no 90-degree turns, which cause the airflow to get turbulence, and turbulence adds to sound. But the Coleman Mac is also very reliable, giving you a higher horsepower compressor than the competitor's version, which makes it so that you don't have to have it working as hard. Nice actual sliding door here, so you have a wooden separator as opposed to just a curtain separator, giving you that privacy. Moving into the bedroom, you have a nice exhaust fan with large lighting inside to be able to let that light come out, especially when you're out and about. You want to be able to see what you driven to. Good amount of space here for this 27N bathroom. Very nice. Coming into the bedroom, though, you're going to be impressed. The amount of space that you actually get inside of here for a no-slide. For one thing, you got this nice large wardrobe here on the side. And again, very high level constructed on these cabinets. And this is a Stacy Stewart designed interior. She's really maximizing the space. Jayco's teamed up with Stacy to create some very nice interior layouts. A nice backing plate right there for a television, along with the ability for you to connect it to the coax. And of course, the integrated bed itself, very well built. If I lift it up, notice that there's actually plywood under there. Folks, that's not OSB. Jayco also uses for their floor tongue and groove plywood that is actually going to be marine grade plywood. So when water gets on marine grade plywood, you know what it does? It beads, just like a waxed car. Up in the front here, you actually have a 750-pound bunk. Most competitors are 350-pound bunks to 500 pounds at max with the slide-out television. Now, I know you're not going to get Uncle Jeb up there 750 pounds, but that just shows you how much better constructed it is with that real plywood construction. And, of course, it's great for additional storage if you don't want to have to worry about shoving everything outside. Beautiful Chevy chassis here again. Rare bird. If you like that Chevy V8, if you like the Allison transmission, this is the one that you're looking at. Only 300 again of these chassis are allocated per manufacturer. First come, first served basis on these. Even the actual shower itself, nice ABS surround shower, not thin fiberglass like most of them are going to use, is very, very well constructed compared to the competitors. Notice how all showers are raised up off the ground that when they're constructed. That's because the tanks are right up underneath the floor for all the manufacturers, and they have to use a PVC trap, which is basically a little curve in the pipe from the drain that stops the smell from coming out. Other manufacturers actually put 4 ply studs, so you're going to have a wood stud on each side and corner holding that up. That means that that actual shower basin there is holding all the weight, and it's going to flex, and it can definitely crack, and it can put a lot of strain on that pipe, and that can crack, and that's going to cause water to get onto the floor. Jayco doesn't do that. Underneath the shower basin is actually block foam insulation with a plywood backing, and then underneath that are the stilts that are holding it up. You could literally jump in that shower, unless you are Uncle Jeb that we just spoke of, and you're going to have absolutely no problem at all. That's just one of the things that Jayco does to give you that extra build quality, so you can have confidence in actually using your coach and knowing that it's not going to let you down. Outside, your Red Hawk SE is very, very gorgeous. Love that Chevy front end. It's something that's going to set you apart from all the Ford V8s that are going to be around you at the park. Not to mention that StabiliTrak driving system is actually quite nice. Now, one of the things that really sets Jayco apart is they use a solid front cap for the entire side front cap. What do I mean by that? Most manufacturers that give you a solid front cap actually have you a solid front cap right here on the front, and then that actually integrates into a laminated, or worse, a pinch-rolled sidewall, which is right there, and that's going to be the actual seam. Not on Jayco. The integrated front cap that's fully molded like a bathtub, solid fiberglass, goes all the way here to the actual start of the wall for the chassis behind the driver's panel. So the entire bunk area is molded together. There's absolutely no worries about leaking there. It's impossible unless you physically ram it with some sort of large object like a tree branch going 40. A nice large power awning. You hit that button, out comes the shade. You guys have your tables, your chairs. You're enjoying a picnic outside with the family. Great times. A beautiful layout on this, and actually going down the road, it looks sharp too. Jayco's been in business since 1968. It's a Mennonite family-founded business. A nice backup camera here, along with the vacuum bonded walls. Guys, these walls right here, Jayco really goes the extra mile. These walls aren't just glued together. So most manufacturers do what's called a pinch roll process. What that means is that they take the sidewall here, they take the frame, they take the wooden panels, they take the fiberglass, they apply glue, and they put it through basically like a little pasta maker. So they push it down this roller, it goes into a machine that just spins this metal tube that goes whoop, and it rolls the wall out in about 2 seconds. And that's your sidewall. Then they take cuts out of it for the door, cuts out for the actual storage compartments, and that's that. Jayco doesn't do that. They do a much more expensive, much more time-consuming process called vacuum bonded lamination. These sidewalls are put together, then they're put into a large hydraulic press that with 144 tons of pressure. Think about 144 tons. That's probably the entire high school football team and the bus that they're traveling in and all their gear and their competitors' team all stacked on top of this wall for 16 minutes. And then they take all of the air out of that, and it creates a vacuum, allowing the air bubbles that are inside the glue to work their way out, thus giving you a much, much stronger wall for your foundation. Also, all of the frames on Jayco are balanced within 1/8 of an inch. Coming from the manufacturer, they allow for up to 5/8 inch tolerance difference between the corner of this frame and the back of the frame right there. That is going to cause a drivability issue. Jayco requires the only of the best frames, and they receive it, and that really adds to the drive quality. Guys, RVs of Sacramento for 40 years plus has been your leader in Sacramento for RVs. It is a family-owned business, absolutely massive selection. Look at all the motorhomes that they have here. This is going around the entire building, all the way around the side. Massive, massive selection, family-owned business, full service, parts store, service, sales, consignment, anything that you want. We have a hard-earned reputation just like Jayco, and we're going to fight to keep it. So when you come down, you're going to get treated like kings, no pressure, right off of Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, 9501 East Stockton Boulevard. RVs of Sacramento, I hope to see you here.